You are welcome once again to the Mosquito teaching strategies for teachers. Apart from the lessons you have mentioned, the 61 is to be adaptable. Mosquitoes have been around longer than humans. In fact, they have their unique way of living. They survive based on the blood of human, and they are adaptable to all situations. So that means the application of this to classroom is that if teachers want to be relevant in teaching profession, they must be adaptable in order to remain relevant to other or to the changing world outlook. The world is changing, is evolving day in, day out. To be relevant in teaching profession, you need to be adaptable in the sense that when the world is bringing a sophisticated method of teaching, you adapt yourself with that, especially with the global warming that we are experiencing throughout the world, whereby the method of teaching is changing from facial outlook to hanging around somewhere and dishing out knowledge to people. So that makes you to be a smarter teacher, because naturally we have two types of teacher. One, we have analog, then the other one is the contemporary. So an analog teacher only believes that, I'm used to so style methodology. He or she will find it difficult to blend with the new trend. But a contemporary person or teacher will blend with all situations. So if Mosquito can be adaptable to all situations, you as a teacher, you must be adaptable to all situations. Then the next one, use appropriate research tools, techniques and methodologies. Mosquitoes, they use the appropriate research tool, techniques and methodology, because when you as a human, if you spray your insecticide, spray some other thing that can repel mosquito from coming around your homes, they have their own strategy, meaning once they perceive that, they run away. Then when all odors are calm, then they come back. That is, they are using the right technique, strategy, the research. They have ways of doing that. You as a teacher, using the right teaching mechanism is very important, not just to teach, but to make teaching impactful. While the teacher wants to get the attention of the learners, he or she would have to use appropriate teaching mechanism to do so. Teachers must ensure that the technique selected will not bring any fatigue to the learner's interests. You make sure you acquaint yourself with all methodologies, techniques. If this does not work, apply this next one. If that other one does not work, apply the next one. Because not all techniques can be used used at the same time. So if a technique is not appropriate, you use the next one. If you find out that what you are using is not in order with the learner's level of comprehensiveness, then you adopt another technique and methodology, because what you are interested in is to get the knowledge across to the learners. Then the next one, selecting the right sample. Selecting the right sample. Do you know that mosquitoes have feeding preferences which they use on their hosts? In fact, mosquitoes, they have selecting skill by detecting anybody with a bacteria, especially the skin bacteria. The mosquito, they have ways of knowing this, and anybody who is infected with any problem, virus, mosquito, they have ways of detecting that in that person's skin. So to say, they may not suck that person's blood. So to say, they may not suck the person's blood. So that means they have that selective skill of detecting any skin with a virus or bacteria. Application to classroom. Not every student will be sound in classroom or other learning activities. It is the duty of the teacher to diagnose the classroom and know the strength of each student who can qualify for a hard task. You are given a hard or harder task to all students. You have to diagnose to know how many of them can do the task. For those who may not do the task, if you have the time, simplify the task for them. Or if for those who are very weak, are competing with those who are strong, let them go with the task, but you will diagnose your classroom and know those who have a strong immune system to compete or to do the task, and for those who don't have strong system to do the task. When you identify all this, what you are doing there is using the right selecting sample technique as it is being used by Mosquito. Another very important lesson that you can take from Mosquito is to provide actionable recommendation. When the mosquito bites, it triggers a reaction, either immediately or later. A host will know when he or she is bitten by mosquito because it directly show on that person's skin, which can cause some diseases like malaria or typhoid and some other one caused by mosquito. That is a recommendation given to you by mosquito. Mosquito is leaving an impact on your body, because with that one you can easily go to the nearest hospital or contact any doctor or any other person that can treat you. The application to classroom. Teacher must use insightful tactics that can lead to actionable motivation for students to learn. The overall dispositions of a teacher is to assist the learners to take action, whether immediately or in the future. If a teacher does not have such impact on the learner, then the entire effort of that teacher is questionable. You as a teacher must leave an impact on the learners. It might not be the impact of the right subject or the particular thing you are teaching them. Another thing can be used to make impactful lesson to their lives. If Mosquito can lay or make impact to your life by giving you malaria, what kind of malaria? That is in skill acquisition knowledge are you giving to your students, your learners? If Mosquito can give you this, please give them the right malaria. Then another one is Mosquito contributes positively to a generation. You may wonder how this is done. Mosquito contributes to generation by making sure that you clean all the garbages around you. You do environmental sanitation. When you are doing that, you are trying to discard all mosquitoes and all forms of insects around you, because a major impact on the environmental sanitation that you embark upon every time is to scare away all forms of insects, which mosquito is inclusive. What is the application of this to you as a teacher? You as a teacher need to know that if you teach a child well, you are contributing to life national growth of your country. And if otherwise, meaning if you don't teach them well, you are killing the future generation, because knowledge is continuum. If you teach a particular generation, that generation will teach the upcoming generation on and on and on till it becomes a spiral effect. So try all possible best to be impactful in classroom, just like a mosquito. Try all possible best to contribute positively to the upcoming generation by teaching them the right or giving them the right knowledge. Then another one from mosquito is that mosquito never give up. A mosquito doesn't give up on you until that mosquito achieves the aim of sucking your blood, which contains iron and protein. So if mosquito doesn't give up on you, they wait behind your door, your window, your environment until you give them access. Meaning they don't give up on you. If at all you spray insecticide to scare them, you use all sorts of mosquito coil, they will still log around. If some of them actually die through that process, some will still come. Meaning they don't give up on you, they keep trying. So you as a teacher, one of the very important ethics of teaching is never to give up on a child academic development. When you apply all strategies to ensure that the learner succeed under your care, that means you are not giving up. If the child is not doing well, try all possible best. Try another method. Try another technique. Maybe the technique you are using is either too high or not appropriate for that person. But whichever way, we know that learners are not equal. Some are fast learners, some medium, some slow, and we have very slow learners. But you as a person, don't give up on a learner. Try all possible best to carry all of them along, not because of today, but because of tomorrow. So many people or teachers in the past have given up on some people. That is why we have some of them as dropouts from school. We have some of them now as conductor, some of them as hoodlums, some of them as criminal. And if you search right inside their mind, they will tell you that a teacher actually spoiled their lives. Not because they were not doing well, but either some words had been used negatively in their lives, and that manifested in them, and that made them to be like that. So don't give up, just like Mosquito. And the other one is what? Don't underestimate. Mosquito, no matter how, when you quantify the size of a human and the mosquito, you see that a human is so mightier than the mosquito. Because he's so mightier than him, he doesn't give up.
Sorry, please, I want to know why you're here, that's all.